You press the elevator button. Nothing happens. So you press it again. And then, once more, as if the elevator might somehow understand your impatience. You look at the number above the door. Still nothing. And for a few seconds, something strange happens. Your body is standing still, but your mind is fighting reality. The elevator will arrive at exactly the same speed, whether you press the button once or 10 times. And yet, we do this everywhere in life. We send a message, then check whether it has been read. We apply for a job, then refresh our inbox again and again. We make a decision, then replay it late at night, wondering if we should have chosen differently. We try to control conversations before they happen. We try to control what other people think of us. We try to control when success arrives. Sometimes, we even try to control how quickly we stop feeling anxious about things we cannot control. And the harder we try to force life forward, the more exhausted we become. Taoist philosophy offers another possibility. Not giving up. Not becoming passive. Not refusing to act. But learning something far more difficult. How to act without constantly interfering with life. This is the art of letting things happen. More than 2,000 years ago, early Chinese thinkers were already asking a question that still feels painfully modern. How should a human being live in a world that cannot be completely controlled? One of the most influential answers appears in the ancient text known as the Tao Te Ching, traditionally associated with Lao Tzu. The exact history of Lao Tzu and the origins of the text remain debated. But the philosophy preserved within the Tao Te Ching became one of the foundations of Taoist thought. And at the center of that philosophy is an idea known as Wu Wei. Wu Wei is sometimes translated as non-action. But this can easily be misunderstood. It does not mean lying down and doing nothing. It does not mean avoiding responsibility. And it does not mean allowing problems to grow because you are afraid to act. Wu Wei points towards something much more subtle. Action without unnecessary force. Action that fits the situation instead of fighting it. Action that does what needs to be done and then stops. The Tao Te Ching describes the Tao as acting without deliberate forcing, and yet, nothing necessary is left undone. Another passage suggests that while ordinary achievement often comes from adding more, the way of the Tao often comes from removing less interference, less forcing, less unnecessary movement. This is one of the strangest lessons in Taoism. Sometimes, your problem does not require another technique. Sometimes, it requires one less interference. Human beings are uncomfortable with empty spaces. If someone does not answer us, we fill the silence with explanations. Maybe they are angry. Maybe we said something wrong. Maybe they no longer respect us. Maybe something terrible has happened. Reality gives us silence. The mind creates a story, and then we begin reacting to the story instead of reality. This is how unnecessary action begins. We send another message. We explain ourselves. Before anyone asked for an explanation, we make a second decision to repair a first decision that may not have been wrong. Then a third decision becomes necessary to repair the second. Soon, we are no longer responding to life. We are responding to our own attempts to control life. The Taoist approach asks something different. What if you allowed the situation to reveal itself before deciding what it means? There is enormous intelligence in waiting long enough to see what is actually happening. Think about a seed in the ground. A farmer gives it water. The farmer gives it good soil. The farmer protects it when necessary. These are appropriate actions. But after that, there is another action that becomes necessary, leaving it alone. A farmer does not dig up the seed every morning to check whether it is growing. Some processes can only happen when we stop touching them. Another great Taoist text, the Zhuangzi, explores this idea through stories. One of its most famous stories is about a cook named Ding. Cook Ding is cutting up an ox, but he moves with such extraordinary ease that his work seems almost like a dance. His knife does not violently hack through bone. He does not attack the animal with brute force. Instead, he follows the natural spaces. He moves through openings that are already there. And when he reaches a difficult place, he does not push harder. He slows down. He becomes careful. He observes. And then, the blade passes through. The story is not really about cutting meat. It is about moving through reality. An inexperienced person sees an obstacle and immediately attacks it. The Taoist master sees structure, timing, space, possibility. Instead of demanding that reality obey his wishes, he studies the shape of the situation and moves where movement is possible. This is Wu Wei in practice, not weakness, not laziness, sensitivity. There are moments when strength is necessary, but there are also moments when greater force creates greater resistance. Wisdom is knowing the difference, and this distinction matters. Imagine your house is on fire. Taoism does not tell you to sit peacefully and let things happen. You leave. You call for help. You act. If someone repeatedly mistreats you, letting things happen does not mean accepting endless disrespect. You may need to establish a boundary. You may need to walk away. Wu Wei is not the absence of action. It is the absence of unnecessary action. Think of a sailor. A sailor cannot command the wind, but that does not make the sailor powerless. The sailor adjusts the sail, reads the weather, changes direction, waits when necessary, moves when conditions allow. The sailor controls what can actually be controlled without wasting energy. Much of our suffering comes from confusing these two things. We neglect the small things we can influence, while obsessing over the enormous things we cannot. Taoism reverses this habit. Do your part. Then allow the rest of reality to do its part. Imagine this. You have just completed an important job interview. You prepared carefully. You researched the company. You practiced your answers. You arrived on time. You answered the questions as clearly as you could. At the end, the interviewer says, "We should have a decision by Friday." Friday arrives. No email. Immediately, your mind demands action. You open your inbox. Refresh. Nothing. 10 minutes later, you refresh again. You check LinkedIn. You reread the job listing. You search for signs that they may have hired someone else. Then, you begin analyzing the interview. Why did the interviewer pause after that answer? Should you have mentioned another project? Did you sound too confident? Not confident enough? Was that smile genuine? Did you say something wrong? But notice what is happening. Almost none of this activity is improving the outcome. You are pressing the elevator button again. A Taoist response would be different. First, recognize what remains within your control. If the promised date has passed, send one polite follow-up message. 1. Then stop. Do not send 3 more. Do not invent 20 explanations for the silence. And most importantly, do not put your entire life on hold. While waiting, apply somewhere else. Work on another opportunity. Go outside. Exercise. Meet a friend. Cook dinner. Read. Sleep. Continue living. The company will make its decision, whether you spend the weekend peacefully or stare at your inbox for 6 hours. This is what letting things happen looks like. In ordinary life, you still act. But once appropriate action has been taken, you stop trying to squeeze certainty out of something that has not yet become certain, and that saved energy returns to your life. There is another hidden danger. If you are always trying to make events conform to your expectations, you may never discover what those events were trying to become. A friendship may need distance before it becomes healthy again. A career setback may redirect you toward work that fits you better. A creative project may need to become something different from your original plan. But when your identity depends on one specific outcome, every change feels like failure. Taoism encourages a more fluid relationship with the future. Have intentions, make plans, choose directions, but hold the exact outcome more lightly. A tree that cannot bend is vulnerable when the storm arrives. Flexibility is not the absence of strength. Sometimes, flexibility is what allows strength to survive. And now, here is our channel's perspective. Modern life has created an enormous culture around optimization. Optimize your morning. Optimize your productivity. Optimize your body. Optimize your career. Optimize your sleep. Optimize your routine. Optimize every hour. There is nothing inherently wrong with improvement. But eventually, optimization itself can become another form of anxiety. Life begins to feel like a machine that must constantly be adjusted. Every quiet moment becomes wasted potential. Every mistake becomes a system failure. Every unexpected event becomes something that should have been prevented. From our perspective, one of Taoism's most valuable messages today is not simply, do less. It is this: stop treating your entire existence like a problem that must be solved. Some things should be improved. Some should be repaired. Some should be resisted. But other things must simply be experienced. A sunset does not need optimization. A conversation with someone you love does not need a productivity metric. Grief cannot always be scheduled. Healing cannot always be accelerated. And the future cannot be completely engineered. A good life, therefore, requires two abilities: the ability to act decisively when action is needed, and the ability to leave things alone when action would only disturb them. The second ability may be far rarer. So what happens when you stop forcing something surprising? You begin to see more clearly. When you are no longer desperately trying to impose your answer on every situation, you can finally see the situation itself. You notice when someone needs advice, and when they simply need to be heard. You notice when a project needs more effort, and when it needs a different direction. You notice when fear is warning you about genuine danger, and when fear is simply uncomfortable with uncertainty. You stop asking only, how do I make this happen? And you begin asking, what is already trying to happen here? That question changes everything. Because life is not made entirely from our intentions. Life is a meeting between our intentions and conditions we did not choose. The Taoist does not surrender one side to the other. He learns to move between them. So the next time you find yourself desperately trying to control an outcome, remember the elevator button. Ask yourself, have I done what actually needs to be done? If the answer is no, act. Make the call. Have the conversation. Do the work. Set the boundary. Prepare carefully. Say what needs to be said. But if the answer is yes, notice what happens next. Your mind may still demand movement. It may tell you that worrying is preparation, that checking is progress, that controlling is safety. You do not have to obey it. Sometimes, the wisest move is to make no additional move. Let the message remain unanswered for a while. Let the decision develop. Let another person have space. Let the idea mature. Let tomorrow arrive. Before trying to solve it today, the Tao does not ask you to abandon your life. It asks you to stop strangling life with your expectations. Do what belongs to you. Release what is not. And when there is nothing left, that truly needs your interference. Allow the world to move. Because sometimes, the next step does not appear when you push harder. It appears when you finally create enough space to see it. And perhaps, that is the deeper art of letting things happen. Not becoming passive, not surrendering your power, but understanding when your effort is helping life, and when your effort is standing in its way. If you enjoy exploring ancient Taoist wisdom and discovering how it can guide modern life, like this video and subscribe to the channel for more.